All right, welcome in. A very happy Friday to you. It's a Prez-free zone here today. We all love that. Joe Ranieri alongside Art DeCaesar. Art, welcome in, my man. We've got, we'll run through a quick show here today. We'll talk some Major League Baseball. We'll get you a parlay of the day, let you know what the sharps are betting. We got more, of course, preseason week 3 football coming up here tonight. We figured out that the Browns last night, Art, have 3 backup quarterbacks better than their starter, which is, I guess, Cleveland Brownish. But we're going to start like we usually do. Well, actually, we're going to start in a little different area. We're going to say congratulations, I think, to the one and only Art DeCaesar, who last night...
Oh, you broke it, Jerry.
Yes, he did. Congratulations, Art. First play up at WagerTalk, and I believe, cha-ching, it was a winner, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Listen, anytime I can be associated with a Goodfellas clip is always going to make me smile. It's my all-time favorite movie.
Yep.
And yes, first play, first 5 under in that great pitching matchup between Sale and Yamamoto. Easy winner. So it was nice to get off to a good start.
Awesome stuff there. All right, talk to us here. The books last night, Dodgers were a dog in that game. So usually when the Dodgers lose, it's good for the books, but they were a dog there. Yankees were a favorite with Cole. That was my parlay of the day leg, and boy, they sucked last night. How did the books do across the board?
Well, yeah, you start right there. Even when the Dodgers are dogs, despite that, great. And listen, the Braves take money too. I'm not going to sit here and say the Braves don't. They're probably in the top 5, 6, 7 teams that take money. So you got to keep that in mind. But, a lot of people looking at, hey, Dodgers at a plus price and, maybe an even pitching matchup. Let me take my shot. Like you said, the Yankees, I believe, just lost. I think it was 2 out of 3 against the Astros. So obviously the Yankees losing always helps. Preseason football, from people I was talking to, there wasn't that much of a buzz for it. Once again, I think people are just rearing up for a day from today. We're kicking off bright and early in Vegas, 9 a.m. for that UNC game.
Yeah, getting ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. T-minus, less than 24 hours now. We'll be all about the college football. How about sharp bets here tonight? Anything moving the needle, Art, that you are seeing?
Absolutely. We'll start in the WNBA. They took under in the Aces game, under 177 off the opening number overnight. They're on 3 MLB sides here. They're on the Yankees, they're on the Pirates, and they're on the Angels with Detmers, which is a little surprising. I think I would look more towards first 5 with Detmer, especially against, going against Painter, but they took Angels full game.
Angels full game. All right, interesting stuff. FCS football too, alive and well here. Art, looks like tonight. And I mean, who doesn't love Colgate against Fordham or Marist against New Haven? But really, at this point, we'll take any college football that we can get here. And then heading into the weekend, was there anything else that moved the needle at all, Art? I mean, there's only 8 games. But there are some big name programs, and we've been waiting a long time for these games to get going.
Yeah, we have. And I mean, listen, I think we've talked about it here over the last, week or so about how this isn't a normal week. It's not like when we get to next week and you basically have 4 or 5 days you're looking at these lines. Right. These lines have been sitting here for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, if things keep going back and forth, Eastern Michigan, who was 8, went up to 10, then it came off 10, so there was a little bit of Sacramento State money. Hawaii, which got as high as 6, now that's down to 4. UVA, same thing. That thing got as high as 5.5, 6. There was the buy on NC State. You saw that TCU game go all the way up to 9, 9.5. Total has continued to come down from 49 to 46.5. I know someone in the comments had asked me yesterday, what are the sharp plays week 0? And I would say this. I would say the sharp plays for week 0 are going to be these 2. And I'm
Yep, do that again there. Art, tell me again exactly what those sharp plays are going to be.
Sure. All right, cool. Yeah, Joe, I mean, when you look at it, we had talked about this. There's going to be money on both sides because these lines have been out so long. So I think really just to zero in on the 2 plays that have been the sharpest plays, the Memphis side So, when Memphis was as high as 6, 5.5, I would say Memphis is very sharp. And I would say the USC over as well. That's gone up from like 59, 59.5, all the way up to 60, 61.5 in some spots. So those are going to be the two sharp plays because it feels like every other game has sharps on both sides.
Yeah, it's keep an eye on it. It's again, the numbers have been out there for a while here, so we'll see if anything crazy. And I don't think we're going to see anything crazy movement wise, Art, from now until kickoff. But you never know here. That is for sure. All right, so we've got to redeem ourselves here with the parlay of the day, Art. So talk to me here. Where do you want to kick it off on today's slate?
I like going against the Mets if I can. I get Hunter Brown, and it's basically a pick 'em. Minus 107, minus 108. And Houston is still fighting for their playoff lives. So give me the Astros.
You're going to go for the Astros, who just annoyed me to no end last night. You have no idea. How about, I can't. It's going to drive me crazy. But I'm going to go back with the Yankees tonight. I'm going to take Schlittler over Sandoval here. I think the Yankees bounce back after that letdown. They might have been looking a little bit ahead there to the Red Sox anyway. So that's where I will look in that one. All right, Art, we've got some predictive markets here. And really, I think a lot of what we have seen, and Prez, if he was here, would be jumping up and down, telling us how great and how smart he is about Bitcoin, except for the fact that it lost its ass yesterday, but we won't bring that up, Art. Not that it's down below 77 at all. Nope, not going to do it. We won't bring it up, but it is our final chance here to take a look at some of these NFL options here. And call me crazy. Yes, the Browns might very well have Deshaun Watson under center for games 1 and 2, which will be on the road. But by game 3, who's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns here, Art? Who do you think it is? And again, 5.5 wins. They have a legit defense. The only question is going to be offensively in that quarterback spot, but I don't know that he makes it to week 2, if we're being completely honest here. But what do you think? Are we still in the mindset that fade the Browns, or might there be a little bit of value here, especially once he looks terrible in week 1 and week 2?
I mean, which he's gonna, that.
Yes.
Money talks, and obviously they're doing this with Watson because of all the money they gave him. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm even a Shador fan, but you got that guy in the building.
Yep.
You might as well just run it with him. I mean, you're going to be bad anyway, and who knows if you're so bad, you could be sitting there taking Arch Manning next year with the number 1 pick. So why not? I don't understand why Deshaun Watson would even take a regular season snap for that team. It just doesn't make any sense.
It makes absolutely no sense one way or the other, but that's what they're looking at here, which is just crazy to me. Also, I wouldn't at all be shocked here. You got to wonder, are the Browns really finishing last in that division?
Where are you going, Pittsburgh?
I mean, 42-year-old quarterback goes down. What, Mason Rudolph's going to come and save the day? I don't know that I'm necessarily sold on that either, Art. I mean, just call me crazy. Defense, the Browns have a legit, especially the front 7. The secondary's young. But, man, they got some guys that front 7 is coming to have. Jared Verse is over there. They got the linebacker of the year
Rookie
a year ago.
Yep.
They've got some guys that can play defensively, and I don't know. I don't think it's just going to be easy. Pencil them in. I think they can gain some momentum there. And listen, it can't get any worse, right? But a 42-year-old quarterback scares me a little bit there with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I mean, the Browns' MO with their running game is going to be to win games, 13-10.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to try to put too much on the quarterback, regardless of who the quarterback is in Cleveland. You're going to have to win ugly slugfest type of games, bad weather games late in the season, especially in that division. All those are bad weather cities. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking like if we're going to go exact order, I mean, what would a Bengal Raven
That's
Brown
what I'm
Steeler
thinking.
bet.
Right? That's what I'm thinking there. I mean, right now, 6 wins is a pretty good price there for
Yep.
the Browns. They got 9 wins for Pittsburgh. 9 or more wins at about even money. Are you sold on Pittsburgh? Am I missing something here?
No, they're just, it's almost like a copy and paste because every year Tomlin was the coach.
Correct.
They were at least winning 9 games. Well, he's not the coach anymore. And like you said, the biggest factor has got to be their quarterback is ancient. And I don't know. I mean, they got some pieces on the defense too, but I don't necessarily love their offensive weapons.
No, I don't. Listen, Monken, I'm still, I guess the jury is still
Yeah.
out on whether Monken, and part of me wonders if he's just doing this to, listen, can we put this to bed? First couple of games are on the road. Let them suck. They'll look like a hero coming back for game number 3 at home, right, with Browns and the fans. So let's take a look, Art, and see that exact order and see what we can come up with, because I think it's fascinating here. Now, who did you like to win this? You liked what, Baltimore or
I think I don't love the value is Cincinnati. I don't love Cincinnati, but I even look at that and like, how could the Ravens be minus money to win that division?
I mean, Cincinnati,
new coach,
Baltimore, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh is 13 cents, and I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, that's what we just said. That's probably, I would say the best bang for your buck.
And if you like Baltimore, I mean, that's 14 cents right there. 13 cents also for Baltimore to win. So 2 plays, 13 cents, and that's just either Baltimore or Cincinnati winning or vice versa, 1 and 2, and Cleveland finishing 3rd. And I don't hate that, Art. Yep. I really don't. And I think all the
Cleveland out of the cellar.
Because you know what's going to happen. People are going to jump on that bandwagon the minute they show any competency offensively whatsoever. People are going to jump on a bandwagon and they're going to be all over. So, yeah.
Do we wait to let the Browns lose their first couple of games?
Oh, yeah. See, that's another avenue. That's a great point, Art. Could very well let them tank a little bit here first and then go, interesting.
Like, they're not winning in Jacksonville week 1. That's not going to happen.
Nope, they are not. Yep, they are.
I mean, you just even wait 1 week. I don't know. Maybe you get, 11 cents. I don't know. Maybe you get a better price.
I don't mind that, Art. That's a pretty good way to approach it for sure. So, like it. Browns will not be as terrible as everyone thinks they will be. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. Become part of the WagerTalk TV family. We appreciate you stopping by here. We do have some college football week 0. I got a play I'm going to give out. We'll talk about some of these preseason games, see if there's anything worth keeping an eye on. We'll run down the Major League Baseball. But, Arts, it is time to talk some business. And you did it yesterday, man. You nailed your first play. So congratulations, those of you that did not see.
Oh,
yes. Oh, targeted. Look at that. I love it. All right, so talk to us here, Art, today. What do you got rolling at your page over at WagerTalk?
Yeah, absolutely. WT.buzz//AD. Like Joe said, first play, last official play for WagerTalk yesterday was a winner. I got another baseball play loaded for today. Later tonight, also, I'm going to load my favorite week 0 play. So we'll have something up for week 0 as well. Have a free play also up for week 0. So, just go check out the page.
That's it. WT.buzz/AD there for Art DeCaesar. I've got a Major League Baseball play as well as a week 0 play up at WT.buzz/JR. So now that that's out of the way, Art, any of these crazy week 0 games moving the needle for you? Because I am going to be all over the Belichick game in TCU. I think this one's going to be fascinating. A lot of people looking to fade Belichick. I don't know that I'm one of them, though, in this spot. I really don't.
No, and I think, the way you got to look at that game is when TCU was 7.5, and now for it to go to 9.5, and the total keeps going down.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime a total is going to keep going down and you're going to give me all those points, almost double-digit points, I'm with you. I think I would lean UNC in that game. I think the total does make sense that it's basically dropped 3.5 points. We had talked earlier in the week that I really like Stanford, and I'm going to stick to that. Now the number has come back to the opener because, when we were talking about it, you were laying 5.5, almost 6 in that game. And now it's basically back to the 3.5, 4 in that opener. I just think Hawaii coming off the island, they were dealing with a lot of injuries. Stanford's going to be better than I think people expect with their young coach who actually played at Stanford. So it means a lot to him. I like Stanford in that game.
Stanford it is. I do think that we're going to get some points too, by the way, in that Virginia-North Carolina State game. Would not shock me at all. Listen, North Carolina State, offensively, they got a great quarterback. They got a great running back. Yep. They've got enough continuity coming back. But I can tell you this, that defense, it was terrible last year. It's going to be terrible again this year. And Virginia, oldest team in college football here on average age. So I expect them to be able to score some points. That game was supposed to be in Brazil, and well, that didn't work out, and that's not a bad way to go there. So yeah, I like the over in that spot there for week 0, which can't believe it's almost here, Art. It's kind of crazy. NFL preseason week 3 tonight. Anything you got rolling that you're seeing that tickles the fancy here a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some moves. You saw a little bit of Miami money coming against Atlanta plus 4.5. Bucks went up from 1.5 to about 3. They were like 1.5 against Jacksonville. The Cardinal game was interesting. That was a pick. And then they went up to like 2.5, and now it's flipped again. And now Green Bay's favored -1. So that game's seen a lot of movement.
Interesting. All right. So
that's their 4th preseason game.
And that's, I was going to say, right? That's their that's their 4th game there, which is
because they were in the Hall of Fame game. Yep.
Wow. All right. That's going to be interesting. Are we looking forward to Miami and Tua and his return there? What are we thinking? I think it's going to be terrible.
Listen,
I can't wait.
We all think Miami is going to be really bad, but another team that's a head scratcher to me is Atlanta.
Yes.
It feels like every year they have so much talent. They've yet to ever figure this quarterback position out. They're in a winnable division every year. I don't know. They're a head scratching team.
That they are. And I do think that's a lot of points. 37, 36.5, 37. I don't know that we're getting that many points in that game. I do think the Jets, though, with a big quarterback battle between Cade Klubnik and Bailey Zappi and even Brady Cook. Call me nuts here. I think we can get some. Points now. Harbaugh, not exactly what I would say carried over from the Baltimore Ravens preseason. John Harbaugh, but I think the Jets are going to come out here. I think Klubnik, who's been great, Bailey Zappi's been good. I think the Jets could come out and they never win this game, by the way. It's always like they end up getting smoked. I think the Jets can get a little something going here tonight. It wouldn't shock me if we got an over either.
Yeah, it's got a lot of feel of what the Browns did last night. You know, it's going to mean a lot to them to win the game, to play well, for some of their guys to actually play well. The Giants have some expectations this year, so this game's not going to mean anything to them. Jets still have things to figure out.
Yeah, and Cincinnati is also interesting. Getting points still, I think. They're getting 2.5 here in this one. Is there a battle for the number 2 spot? I mean, McGee versus Andy Dalton? Or is this like maybe a showcase to throw them up there for a possible trade? I don't know what's going on with that, but you got the Bengals all of a sudden are taking preseason seriously. They're going to be. They don't want to start 0-4, Art. So I would be shocked if they don't come rolling here tonight. Because let's face it, you got Philadelphia appears to be less interested about everything these days. I mean, yeah, no problem. Throw as many interceptions as you want in preseason, as if that's going to be easy to turn off during the regular season. But we shall see here. I do. I think we could get some Philadelphia love here, getting the points tonight. I mean, Cincinnati getting the points versus Philadelphia tonight. Taylor has been like, we are not starting the season sucking. We're going to care from games from day one. They've done a pretty good job in the preseason so far. I think there could be some value there. And I don't know what the hell you're going to get in Minnesota. Is it JJ? It's Carson Wentz tonight? I think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's a real quarterback. He's played in games. I mean, he had a season where he was almost the MVP of the league.
Yep.
So,
yep.
I mean, yeah, anytime you can get that type of stuff, that's another head-scratching team, Minnesota.
Still
but
a battle,
to go back
though,
to Cincinnati,
between Stidham and Ellinger, too.
Yeah, Cincinnati, it's going to be their team with expectations, too.
Yes.
I mean, you want to come in, hey, feel good off your last preseason game. The Eagles, they're not going to care. Even though Tanner McGee, I like him. But, it's going to mean more to Cincinnati.
I like it, Art. I think there's going to be some opportunities here in week 3 of the preseason and some battles that are definitely going to be worth keeping an eye on. Now, we've got some Major League Baseball rundown to go with here. A lot of games. We'll start with that Dodgers team who can't win a game, but they got Scuba on the mound going back to Detroit. How fun is that? What do we think? And with the Dodgers on the Tigers at Comerica.
Very fun game with Scuba going back there. Want to see what his reception is. Obviously, the Dodgers just got swept. They're a huge, huge favorite, almost $2 today. Even though that came down a little bit from the overnight number, Dodgers are going to be heavily rotation and all money line parlays today. I couldn't lay with the Dodgers, though, right now.
I like the Marlins, who just beat up the Nationals in Miami last week. I think they do the same with Yuri Perez on the road here. You mentioned Astros over the Mets with Hunter Brown. A sneaky good weekend series between the Royals and the Guardians. The Royals are playing some great baseball. The Guardians have won, 8 out of their last 10? Tanner Bybee versus Waka here tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, two teams trending up. Obviously, the Royals are trying to play spoiler. The Guardians have gotten themselves back in it here. I'll lean Guardians.
Padres and the Rays. Rays are at home. McClanahan going against Casey Mize. Mize has seen the Rays before when he was with Detroit. Slight edge to the Padres, Art? What do you think?
You normally don't want to fade Tampa at home and you're getting a short price, but I think that price of plus 112, plus 115 on Casey Mize is kind of intriguing.
I agree with you there. Yankees at home. I'm on them against the Red Sox. What are you thinking, Art?
Yeah, Schlittler, this is why you have aces. Aces are there to stop losing streaks to get you back on track. That's what Schlittler will do tonight.
Yeah, Braves at the Rockies or Braves at home versus the Rockies. I'll just take the over or at least the Braves team total over, and we'll go from there, Art, because that's going to be oof. Hancock versus Dylan Cease. Blue Jays at home taking on the Mariners. What are you thinking?
Once again, they're right in the thick of it, Toronto. This is why you throw an ace.
Yep.
Toronto needs the game. Toronto will win the game.
Brewers at home taking on the Rangers. Logan Henderson. I don't know if I like that $2 price, but I think they'll be okay there. Twins at White Sox. Castillo versus Kramer. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, another big game. Obviously, Twins are still in it, and, the White Sox are holding on for the division. So another sneaky big series here. I'd give the slight edge to the Twins here.
Like it. Pirates and the Cards here tonight. Pirates sending Jones. Matthews I'm going to take the Pirates here. I think they can score enough runs in that one there. Phillies and Angels. Painter versus Detmers. What are you thinking, Art?
Sharps are on the Angels, and it's a full game Angel, which I was surprised by. I think if I did anything in the game, I would take Detmers in the first 5. I don't like Painter at all.
I don't like him either. Orioles and Athletic, just go with the over. Diamondbacks and Giants here. What are we thinking, Art? Giants with nobody you've ever heard of pitching.
No, and listen, that game was 1-1 forever last night, and then the Giants blew it open. Another team that needs the game badly. Arizona's got to get a win here.
Yeah, they got to do something, that's for sure. And that will do it and wrap it up for this edition of the Best Betting Show ever. Don't forget, Art is locked and loaded over at his page at WagerTalk.com. Make sure you guys go check him out, w2.buzz/AD. We got college football. We got Major League Baseball. It's good to get it back into our lives there. Art, Should be a lot of fun. We get to come back and do it again on Monday and get ready for week 1 of the college football season. Crazy, but it is that time of year. Hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it as always, guys. Best of luck with the plays. Enjoy it this weekend. We'll see you again on Monday for another edition of the best betting show ever.